Welcome to our presentation on the City of Kalamazoo Rental Rehabilitation Program. My name is Eric Cunningham, and this presentation is brought to you by Local Initiative Support Corporation, also known as LISC, where we work with residents and partners to create resilient, inclusive communities of opportunity across America for great places to live, work, visit, do business, and raise families. Since 1988, LISC has invested more than $137 million into the community of Kalamazoo. Our primary focus areas include affordable housing, creative placemaking, economic development, education and childcare, financial stability, policy and research, safety and justice, and sports and recreation. Through these efforts, we have leveraged over $408 million, created 3,839 affordable homes and apartments, and developed 1.2 million square feet of retail and community space. This particular program is in partnership with the City of Kalamazoo, who is funding the initiative. Together, we aim to enhance the quality of rental housing and support the overall growth of our community. A part of LISC program goals and objectives in this program is to breathe new life into Kalamazoo's rental housing market, fostering vibrant communities and bolstering the city's overall vitality. With $1.2 million allocated for subgrants, this program will provide funds of up to $25,000 per unit with a maximum of 6 units per awardee. Again, that is $25,000 per unit with a maximum of 6 units per awardee. Our strategies include subgranting funds for rental unit rehabilitation, fostering relationships with local landlords, leveraging regional partner resources to create a stronger housing ecosystem, and facilitating agreements with housing choice voucher holders. For our program requirements, the rehabilitation of rental units is restricted to qualified census tracts within the City of Kalamazoo, including Census Tract 1.00, 2.01, 2.02, 3.00, 5.00, 6.01, 10.02, 11.00, 15.04, 15.09, 15.10, 15.11, 18.03, and 55.01. You can determine if your property is within the required area utilizing this QR code to access the application. And within the application, you will find a link to the qualified census tract map. Participants must also provide proof of up-to-date property taxes or enrollment in property tax repayment program. The property owner must also establish deed restrictions to ensure compliance with the program's 5-year affordability and reporting requirements, and execute lease agreements with housing choice voucher residents within 30 days of the deed restriction. Documentation requirements. Participants are required to submit various documents, including a recorded property deed with a legal description, current property insurance declarations page, mortgage statement indicating balance if applicable, organizational documents for entities, proof of up-to-date property taxes or enrollment in a repayment program, an acceptable form of identification, and the most recent 3 years of tax returns. Reporting requirements. Quarterly progress reports detailing progress on rehabilitation projects, including before and after photos, are required. Participants must also provide proof of property insurance, documentation demonstrating that the rehabilitated property meets rental certification standards, establish deed restrictions to ensure compliance with program requirements, and if applicable, execute lease agreements with housing choice voucher residents within 30 days of the deed restriction. Program timeline. The program duration is from July of 2024 to December of 2024. Key milestones include launching the application period on Wednesday, July 17th, closing the application period on Wednesday, July 31st, and then holding lottery day on Thursday, August 31st. There will be a period in which all awardees from this application round will be selected via lottery and given a set amount of time to collect all further necessary documentation from the property owners. The construction Completion of all rehabilitation project is targeted to be December 31st of 2024, along with having all remaining rehabilitation reporting documentation at a later date to be determined. Partner engagement and collaboration. This program is collaborating closely with several partners beyond the City of Kalamazoo administration, including KNHS Homeownership Services for lead abatement programs, Green Home Institute and Consumers Energy for home energy audits, Pine Groves for housing voucher guidance, and Kalamazoo Contractors and Developers Connect for potential contractor partnerships. Disbursement procedures and documentation for reimbursement. The lottery winner will be required to follow these guidelines for disbursement, although these guidelines may vary based on the funding amount per unit. For amounts up to the first 20,000 of $25,000 max per unit, participants must provide a grant financial report, quotes, receipts, invoices from contractors, proof of contractor's insurance, and quarterly progress reports. Please highlight that this means awardees or a property owner does not have to spend $20,000, but has to show proper quotes and documentation to receive funding. For the final 5,000 of any grant size per unit will be in reimbursement only, and the participants must provide a grant financial report, receipts or paid invoices from contractors, quarterly progress reports, proof of rental certification, establishment of deed restriction, and lease agreement with Housing Choice Voucher resident. Please note that participants will receive ongoing support and follow up through the rehabilitation process. We aim to ensure that all projects are completed on time and meet the required standards. Call to action. We encourage the community members and partners to spread the word about the rental rehab program through their networks, social media platforms, and local community events. Additionally, you can volunteer or provide feedback and input by participating directly in the program, such as by providing expertise, labor, or materials from rehab projects. And then last but not least, the contact information. For more information or to get involved, please contact myself, Eric Cunningham, Program Officer at LISC Kalamazoo, located at 201 West Kalamazoo Ave, Room 310, Kalamazoo, Michigan, 49007. You can also reach me via email at ericcunningham@lisc.org. Again, ecunningham@lisc.org. ECUNNINGHAM@lisc.org.